The Hawaiian Chieftain is an unusual catch. It has the normal main and mizzen sails, but also has 3 square sails on the foremast. It was built in 1988 in Hawaii and now spends a lot of time along the west coast. That gave me a chance to board her for a short while and ask one of the crew members how she would secure a line to a belaying pin. Here is Jackie's reply.
Alright, so it's left to right, then X's are good, then 4 is the magic number. So we start at the bottom, going from left around the pin to the right, and then left on top to the right, bottom left to right. You see we've got an X, X's are good.
Right.
And then left to right, left to right, left to right, X's are good. So we've got 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the 4th one, we bury it under the 3rd, 4th goes, and then we pull it snug.
Oh, you don't use a half hitch on that?
We don't, so not on ours here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about coiling it and then laying it around the...
Yeah, so coiling it, we start about a foot away from the pin. I'd like to say with your left hand first, knuckles facing forward, stretch out with the right, and then pull it around like that so that you have a coil. We say fists always forward because if you go like this, you're going to make a teardrop, and teardrops make the bosun cry. So, knuckles always facing forward.
And the length of those loops are kind of based on how much space you have down to the deck, right?
Yes and no. It's also up to the bosun's preference.
Oh, all right.
So
okay.
How big I make my coils.
Yeah, it's how big the bosun makes his coils, but we do want to try to get them as uniform as we possibly can.
All right.
And then you see that was long, so I would redo this traditionally. So I didn't do it properly because now I've got this knot hanging down, so I would redo that, but I won't do it right now.
Right.
So you keep everything in the left hand, and then you punch through your right hand, grab this line here, fold those over, and then you give it a twist. And that's what goes on.
And slip it over the tin. There you go.
You should do a counterclockwise pitch.
Oh, you give it a twist as well.
Yeah.
Very
so
good.
traditionally we'd make sure.
I made a small mock-up of a 5 rail and attached one small belaying pin. This darkened pin is one I used on a ship model that is 1/76 of the actual size. I then took a dark line in order to give a little contrast to what I was doing and started the process that Jackie showed about weaving the line back and forth around the pin. I only gave it 2 turns versus the 4 she showed because there's not enough room on the top of the pin. I then gave the thread a little dab of some glue, and after that was set, I would cut the line. But Jackie also talked about when the line comes down from the right, you start on the right. When it comes down from the left, you start from the left. I also made the coil using a couple nails, a piece of plastic to prevent the glue from sticking. And as you can see, there's that little loop that I pulled through, just like again that Jackie showed it by pushing her hand through the large loop to grab the standing line, so to speak. Here's what it ended up with. Let me repeat this with a regular line, a rigging line, that is actually 0.012 inches in diameter, and that translates to just a little under 1 inch actual size. And here I'm making the coil that is part of this. Obviously I'm making this whole thing in 2 parts. The standing line that goes around the pins, and then this coil. The several windings of this will then be fished as Jackie showed, and I'm actually attaching that line with a piece of tape to hold it in place for now, and grab the standing line, and with a pair of tweezers fish that one through the whole thing. Now this is a little tricky, and it takes several tries in this view, but actually I got a lot better as I went along. But once I have that loop pulled through, I take a brush with a little white glue and hold that in place for the time being. I don't actually let the glue set, and after I take the other part loose, I grab the whole thing and pull it off the pins, off the nails. Then I make some adjustments to the loops, make sure they're okay, and grab the other end to make that loop, that small loop, come through. I trim off the other parts, and now it's ready to be attached to the pin.